Hello everyone. Now I'll be explaining to you the reproductive system organs of females. So I have taken few organs and you see the parts now. Focus this side. So here you can see the uterus with a broad ligament and also fallopian tube is present and ovary as well. So I'll explain part by part, you see properly. Now first, how to hold it in anatomical position. Because this is a cadaver specimen, the angulations are little disturbed. So whenever you hold the uterus, suppose you are getting with complete fallopian tube and all the other ligaments, then you put it like this, okay, around your thumb and the fingers, then you hold it like this, okay. This part is the fallopian tube, okay. This is the fallopian tube and here also this is the fallopian tube, okay. So from here upwards, this area is the fundus. This is the body. Now this area which is rough, and you can see this is glistening appearance. So glistening appearance means, as I told you, this is covered by peritoneum, and here from this onwards, this is the cervix. Cervix is not lined by peritoneum. This is very tight. When you feel also, it is very tight. Then lower down you can see the vagina, okay. Here this is the vagina. This is the vagina which is enveloping the cervix. This area, focus the external os. So here this one opening you can see, I am pushing in the forceps. So the forceps is going inside through the external os, okay. So this is a part of the vagina which is enveloping the external os and part of the cervix. I'll show another specimen where you can see. So now let me come back to the body and the fundus part. So this is uterus, you hold it like this. Let the fundus and the body come a little front like this, okay. You, as I told you, you do not get the exact anteflexion and anteversion angles in cadaver specimen. Still, when you hold it like this, okay. This is the angulation. Put the fundus a little anteriorly, okay, automatically. Now see here, this is the pause. So here you can see this is the lateral border. This is the lateral border of the uterus. From here, this flap is a layer of peritoneum which is called the broad ligament, okay. From lateral border it will extend up to the lateral pelvic wall, okay. I have another specimen, I'll show you some more. Now see here, this is the cornu of the uterus, and as I told you, there are three structures. Focus in the cornu. So three structures attached. This is the fallopian tube. The middle one is the fallopian tube which I am holding, and this end is the fimbria, okay. Fimbria is this end, the lateral end. This is the fimbria, okay. So if I keep the fallopian tube in the middle, this one which is going, you can see extended. This was the uterus which I had dissected and show you the video. So this is the round ligament of uterus. So it will come from the cornu anteriorly, then it will go forwards and enter the inguinal canal, okay, and ultimately it will blend with the labia majus, okay. So posterior to the fallopian tube, see here in the posterior aspect, this is the ovary, okay. Is it clear? This is the ovary, and from the cornu to the ovary, this is the ovarian ligament, okay. This is the ovarian ligament. So one more structure I told you, isthmus and torus uterinus. So where it is turning like this, the peritoneum, this end of body and beginning of cervix. So this area is called isthmus. Because the angulation is disturbed here, being a cadaveric specimen, so you can see, and exactly here you can see another groove posteriorly, okay. This is anterior, this is posterior. This area is called torus uterinus, okay. Why cervix is rough because there is no peritoneal lining and lot of ligaments will be attached. Posteriorly uterosacral, anteriorly pubocervical, and on the lateral side McEnroth's ligament. I'd like to show you another specimen where you can see the broad ligament very nicely. Okay, this is a small uterus where you can see the broad ligament very nicely. See, okay, is it clear? So this upper part is the fundus, okay, then going down is the body, which is covered is the cervix, and here is the broad ligament. So what happens, broad ligament will divide the pelvis into two compartments, as I told you. So it is lying like this, no? So if I focus, if you see from the lateral aspect, this broad ligament has divided anterior compartment and posterior compartment. Okay, so this is the posterior surface, posterior superior you can say, and this is anterior inferior because the fundus will be tilted anteriorly. So as the fundus is tilted anteriorly, this surface becomes posterior superior, this surface becomes anterior inferior. Here also you can see this is the fallopian tube in the middle with the fimbria. Okay, this is the fimbrial end which is close to the ovary. This is the round ligament of ovary. What is this? Round ligament of uterus. Similarly here also you can see. Now here too, this is the cervix, and if I show you, expand this area, this is the, you can see this opening, this is the external os. Okay, focus correction. So what happens, this is the external os, this is the anterior surface, this is called anterior fornix of vagina. These two are the lateral fornix of vagina, and this one is the posterior fornix. Now you see, I am putting the forceps in the posterior fornix, almost it is going this much, almost this much, almost 1 inch. Okay, notice that I am putting in the lateral fornix, it is going only half an inch. This side also half an inch, and I am putting in the anterior fornix only few millimeter, around 3 millimeter. You notice that? So posterior fornix is the deepest, and that is related to the, posterior fornix is related to the pouch of Douglas, and if there is any fluid accumulation, it will be very, very dangerous. Now another specimen I'd like to show you, a little bigger one, where all the other structures are same, fundus and body, cervix and vagina. Here this more bigger, so more of vaginal wall you can see with the posterior fornix. But here something interesting I would like to show you. This is the anterior surface now. See this huge ovary. Okay, this is the anterior surface. You can see the angulation also very nicely, this specimen. Even the angulation is there. Do you notice that? Antiflexion and antiversion angulation you can see here. This is one, this is another one. But behind you see the ovary. Till now I was showing you ovary. This is the normal ovary. Okay, this is left side. So right ovary, I am showing you the posterior cervix. This is the right ovary, almond shaped, same regular size, and look at the size of ovary here. Almost like a small ball. Okay, so this is ovarian cyst. This is ovarian cyst. It may be of variety size. A very big, large size is available in our museum. If you are willing, you can see it. Now I'd like to show you some cut sections of the uterus. Now see here. This is the cut, longitudinal cut like this. Okay, sagittal cut. Here you can see the cavity. Okay, here you can see the cavity. So enough light is there. So cavity you can see, and down here you can see the down here you can see the cervical canal. Of course the cut did not go completely. So this is the uterine cavity, this is the cervical canal. Of course it will be continuous, but the cut did not pass like that. So this is the perimetrium, endometrium, and in middle will be the myometrium. Okay. Here section of ovary is done. You can see these are some follicles, okay, empty follicles, vesicular follicles I told you yesterday. So this is the cut section of ovary. Another one I'm showing you. So here you cannot see the cavity, but you can see the linings. All varieties of cut sections are there. Just to show you the myometrium I had shown you. This is the myometrium, what you can see. Here is another one where you can see the continuous cavity. So if you see from very closely, you can see palmate appearance of arbor vitae cervix. You can see here, okay. The same thing. So hope you know now. I'll just revise once this specimen. So this is the specimen I have selected because the angulation is there. So I'll hold it like this, okay. I'll hold it like this. So what is this? This is anteflexion, and this whole uterus with the vagina is the anteversion. So you hold it a little like this. Let the broad ligament pass like this. Here broad ligament is very short, you cannot see. So here there is a turning of the peritoneum. This is the isthmus. So behind isthmus, this is the torus uterinus, okay. Now exactly at the cornu, what are the structures you see? This is the fallopian tube, then round ligament of ovary and round ligament of uterus, okay. Thank you.